Cancerians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for January 2023. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians, this is your monthly reading for January 2023. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. But just to let you know, January starts off pretty slow in terms of pace, which will actually ease us all into the new year quite gently. Oh, wow. Okay. So for you, it's going to be a little bit more explosive, but we will get to that energy in a moment. Wow. Look at those cards. Really positive cards, actually. But most of the collective, it will be a bit of a slow start to the year. It actually gives us time to reflect on the things that we've been building before charging forward. Now, also, this energy comes from Capricorn. It brings us an opportunity for great focus, for diligence, and also perseverance. Now, just to let you know, planetary alignments are in a better place as we start 2023. Jupiter remains direct until May, and that promises better luck, amplifying passion for life, joie de vivre, adventure. Also, it's in Aries, which inspires us and really encourages us to embrace confidence and our own inner power. Now, the sun is in Aquarius, and that happens from the 20th of January, giving us more power to the people, to the collective. So it's counterbalanced though by Uranus going direct at the end of the month, which brings major change, shocks and surprises. Uranus is the planet of rebellion and change. So whilst these changes, they may feel a little bit uncomfortable, it brings innovation, positive transitions, and it actually breaks us free from anything restricting our path or our growth. So you get an opportunity to be your wonderful self and rebel against any limitations. This is a year that is full of ups and downs. I'm not going to lie to you, but at the beginning of the year, it is a little bit more positive than most years starting that we've experienced for the last, say, 3-4 years, okay? So it is a much more positive start to the year. Also, I really feel personally that the year truly kicks off around about the 12th of January, because Mars goes direct, giving us a lot more energy, a lot more passion, and Mercury goes direct from the 18th of January as well, bringing more clarity, a can-do attitude, better communication, and a zest for life. Now, your first card here is the Sun. So this is you trying to be very hopeful about what the year has in store for you. Also, I feel like there's a warmth about you where you're trying to find the positive and the optimism in the smaller things in life. Also with the Sun card, this is a card of ego, not the negative sense ego, but the sense of self. So I really feel like this year you're promising to be better to yourself in terms of self-care routines, healthier boundaries. You can be looking at exercise, better eating habits, sleeping patterns. I feel like you're finding that compassion for yourself and also deciding to put yourself first, finally, after a long period of always being, good to other people. You're not going to stop that, of course, but I feel like you're actually going to factor yourself in a lot more. You're going to take a lot more time for you, and you're going to actually be more protective of your energy as you move throughout the year. But it all starts in January. So a lot of you are going to be making intentions, lists of the things that you hope to achieve in the year ahead. And you're looking forward to the future, looking for success, of course. The Sun card indicates you've got your eye on like success. They're actually showing me a target, like a bullseye right now. in the water. So that really indicates that you will achieve your goal. I mean, look, the sun actually looks like a bullseye. It looks like a target, like target practice. I mean, some of you may be actually doing some sort of target practice, but I feel it's more about you being on target on something that you've been visualizing for quite some time, okay? Okay, thanks so much. I'm truly grateful. They're also indicating that this is about you being very focused and precise. Okay, so you're getting really clear on what you want. You're finding more inspiration, having wonderful new ideas of which direction to head in, because I feel it's all about direction for you. Now, if you do have Virgo placements, there was a similar energy in the Virgo reading that I just did, but this is all about your direction and being inspired, being really positive about what the new year has in store, because I feel like you're definitely slamming that door shut to 2022. You're so glad it's over, and I feel like you're embracing this new energy with so much potential and positivity that it actually raises your vibrations and filters out throughout the rest of January and starts to bring you into the law of attraction very strongly, okay? But the Sun card indicates there is a warmth about you, there is positiveness about you. Things start to blossom in your favor right from the beginning of the month, because you're in a very powerful position. The sun indicates this is your protagonist energy. The sun indicates you are actually in a very powerful position to visualize what it is you want, because you've got two cards of light here. You've got the star and the sun. So you are a visionary, and whatever those visions are in your mind, you can have in your hand. Okay, thoughts are really becoming things for you. Now, just to let you know that, I mean, because the sun card is there, it's worth mentioning that your first house is activated as well towards the end of the month. And this is about, you know, your image, your identity. So you could be thinking about those things throughout January as well. This is your appearance, perhaps, your self-image, revamping your look. You don't have to change anything, but you may make additions to your wardrobe, or you may even think about, you know, revamping your hair, or even just, you know, looking at your general temperament and your inner sense of individuality. I really feel like you're focused on who you are now that you've matured, you've made progress, there's been evolution. I feel like now you're looking at who you are and what you want, and seeing if the goals that you have in mind still align with what you've been working towards. And if not, I feel like you're tweaking the plan to make things work for you in the more positive sense, okay? Now, in the resistance position, we've got the moon card. So when the moon card is in this position, it can indicate that there is a little bit of self-doubt or fear, but I feel this energy here is like, feel the fear and do it anyway. So there may be something that you're trying to launch, or something you're aiming for, and you feel it's like a monumental task. You're building something, and it could be like you're building your empire, or you're building closer towards a goal, or you know, an aspiration that you have. And I feel it feels like a monumental task when you look at it as the bigger picture. But they want you to breathe. They want you to take it step by step, because slowly and surely you're actually getting closer to accomplishing what you wanted to in the first place. But when we look at the bigger picture, sometimes we get a little bit overwhelmed, and they want you to be aware that you're going to find your way. As you can see, we got the moon card there, and there's two wolves in this particular card. Wolves are pathfinders. So I feel after a period of self-reflection, you are going to find your way. You're going to find your inner truth. You've got such strong intuition, my beautiful Cancerians. Okay, the moon card is represented by your sign. So your intuition, your instinct is bang on point. And you may have felt in recent years that perhaps you've lost that connection with your intuition, or you felt it's in some way been lessened, because you've been so busy, so full of responsibility, and you've been doing so many things, you may have felt you haven't had time to connect to source. But January is a month to reconnect. Reconnect to your inner vision, to your goals, your dreams, and move forward without limitation. When you can see here, there's a big old mountain right in the center. There's normally a pathway right through towards the mountain and over the mountain. The wolf represents finding a way. But I also get this sense, because normally in the moon card, there tends to be a wolf and a dog howling at the moon, okay? And both those figures represent the fight, in the inner fight between being independent, free, individualistic, your wonderful authentic self, and also that sense of settling, being a homebody, and, you know, really living a comfortable life. So, for example, if you are currently working or looking for work, for example, you may be wondering, should I take a long-term secure job that, I know that the paycheck is coming on in, I know I have to pay a certain amount of tax, and I know exactly how much I'll have at the end of the month in order to lead a comfortable life? Or do I be a maverick, go out and set up my own business, or be a freelancer, and whilst it's thrilling to do something different every time, new projects, networking, new people, new energy, you don't know where your paycheck's coming from, you don't know you don't know how much you're going to have at the end of the year, and but there's a bit more of a nomadic lifestyle. So some of you may be wondering about those things within yourself and looking at the pros and cons within those areas. So you may be looking at some of you, because I feel like some of you want to inject a little bit more excitement into your world. Whenever we take something that's comfortable, it can still be exciting, it can still be something that you enjoy, but there is the potential for it to become a repetitive cycle, and we start to get a little bit bored or frustrated or unfulfilled with the choice that we've made. So it's important to keep those brain synapses alive and find different ways to keep yourself thrilled about what you do. Some of you may be thinking also of relocating a job or a position or even a career, or even a home, shall I say, because the Chariot card indicates movement forward. Now the Moon, I'm going to pull a quick card on it. The Moon card in this position can indicate something hidden comes to light. Okay, now this year, 2023, is all about Pluto. And that means that anything that's been hidden, it comes to light. And that's on a global scale as much as it is on a personal level. So let me just see what this is for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Choices, okay? Choices. Now, because we've got the Seven of Cups with the Moon card, this can represent the dreamscape. You can visualize anything you want. You have the power of manifestation. And whatever you're thinking about, you can dream about it, visualize it, however you want to see it in your mind's eye, you can have it in your hand. Seven of Cups is about using your imagination to see all the potential and possibilities. So allow yourself to dream, allow yourself that foundational start in January to visualize all potentials, all possibilities, and you'll start to see them unfold in your waking day. So I see a lot of you looking at your choices. And again, it could be a choice between doing something independently, or maybe even staying in your home space because you're comfortable, or maybe even deciding to relocate because you want a fresh new start somewhere. So I definitely get this energy of change for you, but it starts with your dreamscape. Whatever it is that you're deciding to change for the year ahead, Three of Cups indicates you will celebrate this. Okay, you will have more of a support network in terms of friends, and if you're feeling that you haven't quite found your soul tribe in life, whatever you're connecting to, whatever changes you're making, you will find yourself in really good company, and you will have better solid friendship circles as well. But whatever your options, this is a time to celebrate. Some of you may be even thinking about letting your hair down, having a bit of fun. January could still have that fun element to it, but there is also a deep element of January where you're in self-reflection mode, okay? Now the outcome energy, we've got the Star. This is all about success, a dream coming true. Some of you, I'm getting this energy of some of you stepping into leadership positions or being given some sort of promotion. It may be sudden, it may be a surprise, but it's definitely something that you'd hoped for, okay? Also, again, that could be something hidden come to light. It could be behind the scenes, your boss or people in positions of power have been talking about your skills, appreciating what you do, and you get recognized for what it is that you accomplish, and by way of that they give you some sort of promotion or something that helps you move through the ranks and become very, it's like there's ambition here, okay? Now also the Star energy is all about healing. Okay, I do apologize. My neighbors obviously just started mowing their lawn or something. So do apologize for the loud sound outside. But the Star energy is all about healing. Okay, so some of you may be taking an opportunity to open yourself up to some sort of spiritual healing, or maybe even some of you are deciding to seek a counselor in order to go through and make progress in terms of some emotional deep reflection that perhaps is necessary for you to get past an obstacle that has been blocking you. Some of you may even just seek guidance from like videos online, inspirational speakers, things like that, in order to help you move past an obstacle that you've maybe battled with at some point in your life as well. You will heal this and you'll move on, okay? The star, though, indicates success. So whatever it is that you are visualizing at this time, know that it will be very, very successful. The star often indicates a brighter future to come. So you being a visionary, your thoughts are becoming things. So remaining in that positive mindscape indicates that whatever it is you're visualizing, you will have it in real time, okay? Now, the Chariot card also indicates a breakthrough, movement forward in whatever area of your life is your focus, because it's going to be different for everyone. But the Chariot card indicates success, more success, and triumph. This is a card of going from strength to strength, but it's also a card about taking a journey. So some of you may be looking at the journey that you're on spiritually, because you're in a very deep period of self-reflection. So some of you may be even taking yourself on a spiritual retreat, and there you will find like a counselor or a guru or someone, a mentor, who actually gives you a nugget, a golden nugget of advice. It really like makes everything go, wow, okay, now I totally understand. You know, sometimes you can meet a person and they say one sentence and you're like blown away. You're like, wow, that was the most profound thing ever. And you get it. You just connect to it. So I feel like you will find someone like that over the next year. But I feel like something you plan in January will actually filter out and you'll meet that person because of the planning that you make in January, okay? Also, the Chariot card, some of you are relocating in terms of your career. You may actually just level up. Some of you may even find that your office, if you work in an office, has been restructured, and you may find that you're on a different floor, or that your office is moved, or it's in some way changed. It doesn't have to be about work, but the Chariot card is an ambitious card, so I'm picking up stronger energy on that card with ambition to do with rather than anything else. But I feel like this is about you heading in the right direction. And as you can see, we've got the star right there, and the way that the cards have been organized is like you're headed towards the star. So you're headed towards success. You're headed towards a goal or a dream. You will accomplish whatever it is you've set your mind to, okay? So keep moving forward. You are on the right path is what I feel here. And things will start to pick up pace a little bit more for you at the end of the month. But I do feel like you may be going faster, a little bit more faster than other signs, okay? Now I'm going to do a Celtic cross for you just to see the details of what is coming. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? Now, they give me the number 1212, okay? You're going to see a lot of that. It's a numerical synchronicity. Whenever you see it, look it up. It may mean something different every time you look it up. So they're indicating your guides are trying to give you a message every time you see 1212. And if you're not seeing 1212, you will be over the next 4 to 5 weeks. And that signifies some sort of change that is really positive for you, okay? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Can you please guide them for January 2023? What are they meant to see? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? Can you please clarify how they can move forward? What is it that they are meant to be aware of? Okay, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Okay, we have 6 of Pentacles. We've got the Emperor, and we've got the 4 of Cups. Now, what I'm seeing here is that you're going to work really hard, okay? And I know all of you are like, not more working hard, okay? I feel like you're putting a lot of effort into some area of your life that you feel is your soul path, but it may have felt like it's not working, or you may have felt you're always having to struggle to get to where you want to go. Expect the end of the month to get so much better, and suddenly an offer, an opportunity that you've been manifesting is presented to you, and this changes everything, okay? So I feel like there's more money available to you. I feel like there's a lot of worry, though, going on for you. You're not giving up on a goal or a dream, but I feel like you found it difficult, okay? I feel like perhaps some of you have been in training for something, or you've been really fighting or struggling to get something accomplished, or even trying to tie up loose ends on something. I definitely see an offer coming on in here for you that is very lucrative financially, okay, and puts you in a very strong position. Your first card is the King of Pentacles. This is your starting point, okay? So you're attracting opportunities that bring a lot of wealth. Also, this is a card of business. So even if you are retired and you're not working at the moment, or you haven't got a job at the moment and you're searching, either of those energies, you're still in a mode of focusing on your finances and making what you have work for you and attracting even more. So some of you are going to make some really good business or money decisions that are going to help increase your finances. I actually see that your money increases towards, well, it's more towards January into February for you, but I feel like you're going to be able to save a little bit more at the end of the month, okay? So there's a little bit more than you expected coming your way. But basically this card, the King of Pentacles, I feel like there's a lot of work going on. You're going to be easing back into work, but you're going to be very productive because this card connects to administration tasks, or paperwork, just getting down to business. Okay, I just get this energy of getting down to business, using your intelligence to formulate a plan to bring in more money into your life. It doesn't always have to be like in the traditional way, but the King of Pentacles tends to be someone who is very traditional, makes their money in a way that is tried and tested and works. So I feel right now you're wondering, some of you are wondering how to set up a second stream of income to bring in extra money. And I feel like your ideas are going to be on point and bring a lot of financial reward. So if you're thinking, how can I set up a second stream of income? You're definitely on the right track to even launching something that will be very lucrative, okay? Now also, just to let you know, your 7th house is activated, and that's partnerships, okay, or important connections in your life, people that matter. So of course all people matter, but your closest, or people who perhaps you work with, business related, friendships, or love. It's partnerships in general. So I feel you are in the mode of making good connections to get to where you want to go, or people appreciating your skills and noticing your talents because they're showing me how gifted and talented you are, that you are capable of using those talents to capitalize on those and be very, very successful. This is a card of being practical as well. So you're being really honest about yourself and what you want and what effort you have to put in to make it happen. And that's why I was saying that I feel this energy of you feeling a little bit overwhelmed about the bigger picture. And that's why you've got the 10 of Wands. It's like you feel a little bit overwhelmed by the amount of effort or work that you feel has to go into what you want to do. But at the end of the day, you will find that the universe delivers an opportunity that makes things easier for you and brings financial reward, okay? There's something either that you're setting up that's just, it feels difficult, but once you've set it up, it's like, it's so easy. I mean, it could be that you put your resume out there and it's been difficult to get a new job opportunity and you're like, Baba, I'm not going to get anything. Suddenly you're given an offer, an opportunity, and you're like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. It's a larger company, or it's, more money. And, although I've got the skills, they want me to do extra things that I've not done before. You will train, you will learn those things, and it will be like a duck to water. You will be so glad you took the opportunity, and you're going to staircase financially as well. It's going to also be very emotionally rewarding. Now, what's crossing you is the Judgment card. Right now, you're at a bit of a fork in the road regarding your journey, because this is a card about the path, your soul path, your true north, your true prosperity. So a lot of you, January, you'll be really trying to refocus and try and change your life in a really positive way. A lot of you, as I said, will be connecting to your inner spiritual being and your guides in order to use your intuition and instinct to change your life. This is a card of lifestyle changes, but you're thinking before you act. You're actually being very clever and making sure that you take some time to pause, reflect before you choose the path that you want to take. And again, when you get the Judgment card, it tends to mean that there's two options. So it can also be this option between stability and a little bit more independence or passion, excitement. You can merge the two, because they're actually showing me the Temperance card in the water right now. So some of you may be actually shuffling your own cards and the Temperance card came out, or perhaps you've got a painting or an image of the Temperance card. I would say you're going to see the Temperance card a lot. My guys just went, look at over here. And they're right. If you look over here, which I'm scrying in the water at the same time, there's literally the Temperance card on that box. So this is something that obviously is in the reading right now, but I'm talking about in the next 4 to 5 weeks, my beautiful Cancerians, you're going to see the Temperance card or the image of two cups being blended, merged. You're creating something really special and you've got a choice. So I feel like you're going to see an image of the Temperance card everywhere. Also, as you can see, there's a pathway. I hope you can see that. I'm going to take that out for you. There's a pathway all the way through there right to the sun. And your intention is to head to the sun. So I feel like you are on track to get to where you want to go, okay? Now, also the Judgment card is a card of second chances. So if you feel like you've missed out on an opportunity for something, remember, there's no such thing as missing out on an opportunity, because whatever is meant for you truly will never pass you by. So breathe, relax, and know that you're protected, you're redirected towards something greater, something better, okay? Now, if you're looking for love, there is a potential to heal something with someone if you want to from the past, someone who's caused a lot of sadness. But what I feel like that person will make an effort. Okay, that's all I'm going to say on that. That's your call. But I do see new love being presented to you if you are looking for new love. You may have even started to speak to somebody new and wondering where it's going to go. It's going to go into a high level commitment. I definitely see it progressing into something more stable. Okay, so just watch out for that. It's a loving relationship. I feel like it's a little bit dramatic. That's what I get. I feel like you and this person, there's a lot of dynamics to you both, but I do feel like it's a wonderful, loving relationship that will lead to a higher level of commitment. But the Judgment card can indicate that you want to reunite with someone from the past, or that there is the potential to, and if you want to, you can heal that relationship from the past. But as I said, that's all I'm going to say on that, because I actually see a new beneficial relationship working out for you in the future. So that's your call though. What is below you? There's a 5 of Wands. Anything that was worth doing, you know, sometimes there's a bit of a struggle. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, life has to be difficult. It does not, okay? Sometimes there's an easier way, and I definitely see you finding that easier way to do things. But there's something here that you've been trying to connect to, and it's just not been working for you, or you just felt like it's a bit of a struggle. I do get here, you do like a challenge in the most positive way, because otherwise life would be boring. And the 4 of Cups here indicates you get really frustrated with boredom. So you like to be stimulated. You like to have your mind and your soul, your passion stimulated. What's the point? You know, Cancerians, whilst, you know, it's nice to make money, your sign doesn't tend to do things just for the money. You tend to make sure that your heart is engaged in things, that you can connect to things on an emotional level, and that it sparks your passion and your interest. You're actually very, very stubborn when it comes to what you want to do in the most positive way, because you stick to your morals, you stick to who you are, what you want to do, and you don't let anyone sway you. If you think about that wonderful crustacean, the crab, it holds on, and even if the tide tries to take it back and forth, it holds on, rooted to the spot, and says, no, I'm staying where I'm at. So I definitely get this sense of you doing, you know, doing your own thing and not letting anybody sway you or change what it is that you want to do. Now, the 5 of Wands can also be a card of brainstorming, having lots of new ideas, being, you know, really inspired to change things, but you've got so many ideas that you're like, which one is the best one to focus on first? So I definitely see that you will benefit from focus in the month of January, but they're indicating here something that you are fighting for, or something that you feel like there's a lot of competition for. You will get it. You will be successful. It will be offered to you. Okay, so whether that is a lucrative business opportunity or a raise or a promotion, I definitely see that you have options. Some of you have got an option to get a promotion or to raise through the ranks in some area of your life, but you may decide to go independent. You may even decide to have a second stream of income by being an entrepreneur, because I see you being curious about something that is new in your life, something that you are boldly thinking about to earn a little bit more money, and it will be very lucrative. Now, I don't really want to talk all about money, my beautiful Cancerians, but money is showing up heavily in your chart. So more money is good money, right? It's better than less money. So it's important to talk about it because it's there. So if you're not working for a living at the moment and you're retired, for example, you may be really looking at your pension and your investments and see how you can capitalize on those things. and how you can make it work for you and be very beneficial so that you can use it for travel or things of interest that you really want to connect to. I definitely see you connecting to a project that will really excite you and keep your mind stimulated, that will be very rewarding. And actually, because you are so good at what you do, I feel like some of you could turn a creative hobby into a business that just runs like passive income on the side. So I definitely see something like that happening for you as well. Now, in the past position, we've got the Ace of Cups. I feel like it's taken you a long time, my beautiful Cancerians, to realize that you are a gift. Okay, you're a very sensitive, loving human being, and you're someone who offers a lot of emotional care to people as well. And you are a gift, whether it's in a love relationship, whether it's in a business, you're an asset to any company or any friendship. I feel like you are someone who is the linchpin, the centerpiece of every group that you walk into. But sometimes you feel like you're on the outside looking in. People don't tell you that they appreciate you. Sometimes you may feel like you phase into the background, but that's not it at all. Sometimes when people see a beautiful, bright, burning light coming from another person, they tend to feel inadequate within themselves. So they actually either step away because they feel it would expose them for not having the light, the talent, or the desire and passion that you have, and they don't want to be exposed, shall we say. So I feel building confidence is important to you, and I feel like as you mature, you start to realize that. Also, the Ace of Cups is a desire to have peace and love and harmony in your life, no matter what happens. I feel like you're trying to find the positive in every day, because if you focus or dwell on the negative, then it actually attracts more of the negative and intense, how can I put that? Yeah, intensely negative experiences. It attracts more of those into your world, okay? Now, this is not going to resonate for everyone, but I just smelled loads of talcum pot. Is talcum powder talc? Okay, so someone may have just put talc on themselves. Do people even still use talc? I think they do, but I mean, I used to use it for many, many years, but I stopped using it because I started to get like really itchy skin. So, but I just smelt it. It's so raw right now. So if you were doing that, there's definitely something in this message for you. I'm not sure what it means spiritually, but it may be to take care of your skin. There's something here also. I feel like you're going to be given a compliment in the month of January from someone who says that you look a lot younger than your age. And that's true. You tend to look a lot younger than your age because of your beautiful, pure heart. Okay, your energy from inside actually resonates on your face. So you're going to be given the gift of a compliment in the month of January. I mean, it extends throughout the year, but there's one person who really gives you a compliment, and it just makes your day. I feel like it's something that will stay with you for a long time as well, okay? Now, if you have been looking for love, there is new love, or you may have just met somebody new. This could also be a decision to put yourself out there, be bolder, and make an effort to put yourself out and meet new love in the year of 2023. And I feel like you start with January. But I do feel there's a lot of intentions to have better exercise routines, intentions for diet, sleeping patterns, because this card is a card of emotional care. So I feel like you're making a real decision to put yourself first and have compassion for yourself and really put your needs and emotional care at the forefront before everything else. Because without you, my beautiful Cancerians, there is nothing else, right? So you have to be in optimum health, optimum mindscapes in order to move forward. Now, if you have been unwell recently, I definitely see you taking it easy, but slowly but surely you go from strength to strength, okay? So I would say be mindful of burning yourself out, because you tend to put all of your heart and soul into everything. And the Ten of Wands indicates sometimes you take on a lot more responsibility than you need to. Sometimes because you don't want to let a person down or you want to help out, you always say, you know what, I'll do that, because you just want to help. Make sure you're not saying that to like 5 million people and then you're helping everybody out and you've got no time for yourself. Of course, you're not saying it to 5 million people, but you get the gist. It's more important that you conserve your energy for all the success and the effort you have to put into your life to move yourself forward first, okay? It's not a selfish act, it's a self-protective measure. Now, above you, we've got the Page of Pentacles. So Page of Pentacles indicates that there is some sort of offer being given to you, something that perhaps you've been curious about already. Pages tend to bring news. So you're going to get some really good news about the efforts that you've applied yourself to, okay? This is some warm, fuzzy news that you're going to be really happy about. You're going to be so proud of yourself that you did. So I definitely see you being recognized or even rewarded. Some of you may even receive a reward or a bonus for the efforts that you've already put into something that you're connected to. But the Page of Pentacles also indicates you being really honest with yourself, really realistic with yourself, and seeing where you're at and making a decision to either increase your learning. Some of you may put yourself on a course of studying, or even open yourself up to a new hobby, something that you invest your time and your energy into that actually, engages the mind, is very exciting to do, makes you feel very passionate, and it actually brings you into good energy, good people. Okay, and I feel like it's something, creative hobby perhaps, that would be very lucrative later on if you wanted to go down that route. Not everybody wants to do that. Now, as I'm holding this card, some of you may be offered a job, raise, promotion, or some sort of financial news that comes your way that's going to be very exciting, but they're showing me in the water a rose. So it could also be that there's a romantic interest that you're meeting in January, someone that you may have been talking to already. It doesn't have to be. If you haven't met this person yet, I feel like they enter your life. Pages are new energy. This person may be a little bit younger than you, but don't let that put you off. This is someone who's very interested, very attracted to you, someone who wants a higher level of commitment. I feel like they are very curious about you, and they want to, it's like they want to break down the walls that you may have. If you're feeling a bit guarded in terms of your heart, they want to just go deeper with you. Okay, this person is all in. So open yourself up to that level of vulnerability and love, because it will be very rewarding for you. Okay, now they give me one more energy with this Page of Pentacles. Investment in self, determination, stability. Learning to apply yourself, making sure you're in a stable position. So I definitely see a very positive growth aspect for you in terms of personal development, but also financially as well for January. Now in the near future, we got the Ten of Wands, okay? So this is the real potential for you to take on too much, burn yourself out, feel really overwhelmed. So just make sure you take some time out to have a rest. I'm going to pull a card on this because it can mean that something you've been struggling with, you are really close to setting it down and accomplishing it, because the Ten of Wands indicates that you have a lot of strength, that you have taken on a lot, and because you've worked so hard, now is the time to reap the rewards of that, because you got the Emperor here, and you got the Six of Pentacles, which means a surprise gift from the universe, and the Four of Cups, a surprise gift from the universe, that you're in a really good position, you're very successful, you've put all the hard struggle in, and the outcome is rewarding. So I'm just going to pull a quick card, because the Ten of Wands can mean that you're also getting closure, you're closing off links to the past in order to bring in new energy. You're burning away excess and you're clearing space for something new. Now, in terms of finances, I would also say, because we've got a King of Pentacles here, and we've got a Page of Pentacles, and we've got a Ten of Wands. And when you've got those in combination, it can mean that some of you are a little bit anxious about bills, and there may be a large bill that has come in that you will have to use some of your savings with. If you've got Sagittarian placements, there may be something in that message for you as well, because a similar energy came through, my beautiful Cancerians. I definitely see that you're cutting back, you're tightening your purse strings when it comes to finances, but there may be a bill that takes you by surprise. It's not going to ruin you, but at the same time, it may take a little bit of a chunk out of your money, and you're going to be a little bit frustrated, okay? Nobody likes to see that happen. But let me just clarify with this Ten of Wands. Thank you so much. Eight of Swords is a card of worry or anxiety or something that is unseen, using your intuition. Queen of Swords, you're going to be logical about it. Okay, you're going to be really logical about it. It helps you in the future. Queen of Swords is like be organized. It's a card of being honest with yourself and saying, okay, this is a large bill. I've got to pay this first. And it's, it'll just hold you in good stead. Page of Cups. Okay. Now, Page of Cups, in that energy, I feel like you kind of replenish your finances, you replenish what you lost or what you had to give out unexpectedly. So don't worry about it, okay? I mean, when I look at worry, and this is something my guides gave me a long time ago, worry is a very interesting thing. It's a natural human trait, okay? It's connected to the fight or flight mode. And a lot of people who've had trauma when they were younger or had difficult experiences on their journey tend to find themselves in flight or fight mode, okay? And it's important to recognize if there's something that you're worrying about, is there something you can physically do about it? And if the answer is no, then you're wasting your time with that anxiety and fear and worry because there's nothing you can do about it. It's going to be what it will be. So just breathe. The universe will actually step in and avert disaster anyway, will help you. But if you worry about it, it's energy that you're dispelling that could be used for things like law of attraction or raising your vibrations to be positive that the outcome will be better than you expect. If it is something you can actually physically change, then be logical and change it. So it's really important to, a family member of mine calls it manage your F's. I'm not going to swear. And, you know, they are right. So it's important. Also, I feel like with the Ten of Wands here, you may have a little bit of baggage when it comes to love. So I definitely see you doing a lot of healing. But I feel when you start talking to somebody new, and you will, I mean, it's another page. This one's offering love. I feel like you may be a little bit tongue-tied or shy when you first meet this person, okay? You may even come across as very cold and detached, but that's only because behind it, there is anxiety. If you've ever been told that sometimes you seem aloof or detached or any of those things, it's because, my beautiful Cancerians, you are in a protective fight or flight mode. And it means that, you know, if you're shy, we tend to be very insular and stay silent. It's not that we're being rude. It's not that you're actually, thinking you're better than anybody else. It's because you're shy and your body is locking down and saying, oh, I don't know what to express myself in this situation, so I'm not going to say anything. Or you find yourself tongue-tied. So I feel like this new person, at first you do come across as a little bit detached, but this person sees through that. They understand you because this person has had a similar journey as you in terms of baggage, and they understand that fight or flight mode. Okay, so that's just a really positive aspect that's coming through in terms of love for you. But also, I feel if there's something that you are worried about in terms of your goal or your dream, and by dream, I mean your aspirations, your intentions. I feel like you're going to get really organized and you're going to be very self-sufficient. You're in a really good position, and out of the blue, something you cannot even see coming is actually going to be offered to you. And it's, when you get the Page of Cups, it indicates an offer coming on in, or a gift, an opportunity that you will grab with both hands because it's so awesome. Okay, so I feel there is something very rewarding coming your way. It's in terms of news, and it actually helps you in a situation. But right now, the advice you're giving to yourself is pause, rejuvenate your energy. Because you are exhausted, it's important to make sure you rejuvenate those batteries, recharge yourself, and see things from a different perspective. Sometimes we catastrophize and we see the worst case scenario because we're preparing for the worst case scenario, which means we cannot be taken unawares. But life is not like that. Sometimes when we're feeling that something negative is going to happen, it actually works out better than we expect. So it's important to realize you need to find balance in that, because sometimes when we keep thinking about worst case scenario, we actually attract it. So they want you to be aware. Also, the Hangman indicates that, yes, there is sacrifice for something that you want. Now, this could be a sacrifice in time. It could be a sacrifice in energy. It could be a sacrifice. Some people may be putting off their love life in order to focus on their goals. So it depends on the sacrifices that you're making. But I see here that you will look back and see that those sacrifices will be worth it. It is important to remember, though, if you're sacrificing things like love and deciding, you know what, I'm not going to get love right now, I'm just going to focus on my goals. Love does not work on our time. Normally, when we're not looking for love, love shows up for you. So be surprised. I feel like you will be surprised when it comes to love. If you've already got a loving connection with somebody, I feel you and this person will be really thinking about your common goals, the direction you're headed in. And I feel some of you may be thinking about relocating, or you or your partner may be offered something where you have to relocate. There may even be some sort of raise or promotion where you or your partner have to travel a little bit further afield for work. You'll make it work. It brings in a lot more money and a lot more security. It may be frustrating at times, I gotta be honest, but I feel you and this person have got a very strong bond. You make it work, and there's a lot of love between you both. So I feel like it actually works out in your favor, okay? Now, the external circumstances, we've got the Nine of Swords. Now, external circumstances mean things outside yourself, and we've got the Nine of Swords here. Nine of Swords is a lot of anxiety, worry, fear, sleepless nights. Now, this could be that you're looking at like news articles and seeing how the world is in such a crazy state. And because you are somebody who is an empath, you tend to pick up on that energy. Don't allow yourself to be overwhelmed by clickbait on news articles, and also, you know, whilst we all watch the news at some point, some of us have stopped. I've kind of like stepped away from looking at news. I still find my way to knowing what's going on in the world, but I don't submerge myself in it because it affects my energy, okay? And I cannot channel the energy if I'm in a certain vibration, okay? So imagine when you're trying to connect to your goals, your dreams, and your aspirations, you will be the same. Now, I'm not saying apathy is the way by not caring about these things. That's not it at all. I feel like it's being aware of it, seeing what you can do about it, trying to, because you're a very generous spirit. You've got Six of Pentacles here. So a lot of you do charitable work, or you will do something connected to charity. I mean, some of you may even meet this new person or this new work connection or opportunity in some sort of charitable event. And it'll be very, very rewarding for you emotionally. But the Nine of Swords indicates some of you are not sleeping very well. Some of you are worrying unnecessarily about things, and it may be impacting the things that you're trying to manifest. I'm going to pull a card on the Nine of Swords for you just to see. The Nine of Swords tends to be like concern or not being able to see the justice. Okay, so this is about good karma. You're going to get some really good karma, but you may have had some unpleasant experiences in the past that haunt you. Some of you may be also going through a court case or some sort of difficulty, and it's worrying you. What I do see is it will be a fair outcome that will be ruled, and whilst the offer that comes to you may not be exactly what you were hoping for, it may make you feel a little bit frustrated at first, I feel in the long term there's something even better proposed. Okay, so I feel like it's going to work in your favor. But the Justice card is okay, yeah. With these three cards, it's like you're worrying about the cause and effect. You're worrying about the choices that you have and whether they will lead you to the sun, whether they will lead you to happiness. So sometimes you may overthink and worry about the decisions you have to make. So sometimes you may sit in indecision for a while. But know that if you trust your intuition, because the Moon card is there, it will never lead you astray. Listen to your heart and you will be guided on the right path. The Justice is about the right, what is right, okay? And the Sun card is towards your happiness. So don't trust the fear. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Fear is just the ego trying to knock you back, trying to prevent you from being all that you can be. So it's important to realize to phase out that energy. Now, the hope and fear is the Seven of Wands. There's something here that perhaps you thought about giving up on, but I feel you're finding the confidence in January to keep going. The Seven of Wands often indicates a card, well, it's a card of inspiration, it's a card of not conforming, it's a card of doing things differently, it's a card of going the distance, persevering, and accomplishing whatever it is you set out to do. It's also a card of being above all the competition. So if you're in a very competitive field, it means you are above the competition. Don't doubt yourself. What are you worried about? Yes, there's going to be some projects that go to other people because they're not meant for you. There's going to be opportunities that come to your door because they're exactly what you manifest and even better. So it's important to trust the universe is bringing you something greater, okay? Also, the Seven of Wands is a card of protection. And I'm only mentioning that because they're actually giving me, the head of Medusa in the water right now. Now, that's an image, head of Medusa. So you may see an image of Medusa. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. They also said I didn't talk about the rose. So they want me to also reflect on the rose. So I will. Okay, so Medusa, the energy they're giving me. Okay. Okay, there's two energies coming out here. Interesting. One is very important that I mention it to you. Okay, one is Medusa. Medusa, actually, the name Medusa, they're telling me, actually means protection or to protect, okay? And it's to ward off negative energy. So again, I see you, you know, being very discerning about the company that you keep. It's also an image of power. That's what they're showing me. Yeah, it's the image is often used to ward off negative energy is what they keep coming up with there. But so they're indicating protect your energy. Again, I mean, it comes from the Nine of Swords. Protect your energy, protect yourself from worrying. Basically, these two cards together is like manage your stress levels, manage your anxiety, manage your Fs, as my family member says. I won't mention who they are because, you know, they probably wouldn't like that. They're a very quiet person. Also, I'm getting this energy, and this is not going to resonate for everyone, but I'm going to mention it because it's important. They want me to give you the story of Medusa. Medusa was a very beautiful feminine figure in mythology and very chaste. And they're giving me Poseidon. I hope I get this right. My gosh, they're giving me this energy. Poseidon made an advancement, inappropriate behavior. They're giving me inappropriate behavior. So Poseidon made an advance towards Medusa, and Medusa refused his advances, and he punished her by making her have a hair full of serpents that turns people to stone. Okay, so that was in retaliation for his ego being dented. Okay, thanks so much. I'm so grateful. So this is what they're giving me. There may be someone who makes a pass at you in some way, shape, or form. Could even be at work, okay, if you are working, but it doesn't have to be. I would be mindful of this person because they may seek some sort of, it's like, be diplomatic, okay? How are they giving me this? There's this, okay, there's so much coming through. Bear with me on this. Okay, I don't really want to mention a famous person's name because they're now giving me a famous person's name, and I don't know if this is true, so it could be slander, so I don't want to mention it, okay? They're giving me a very famous actor's name, which I'm not going to mention, was working with very famous actress. Wow, oh my gosh, I did not know that. I gotta look this up. Who is also very famous. Okay, so imagine Hollywood actor, actress elite. Very famous, both of them. They were going to work together, and the actor was renowned for making advances towards his leading ladies. Okay, and the actress knew this and was wondering, how do they diplomatically make sure nothing happens, whilst at the same time working in a peaceful environment? And sure enough, that actor made a suggestion towards this actress, and she was given advice by someone else to say this sentence: whilst I find you very attractive and it would be wonderful to explore where our relationship would go, it's important that we don't ruin our working relationship. And that actor was like, that's a really good answer, but you're right. So it didn't dent that person's ego, but at the same time said no. Okay, so if this is a working environment for you, my beautiful Cancerians, and for example, your boss kind of comes on to you, again, male or female, not a gender specific reading, but that's what they're giving me, find a way to say, I don't want to ruin a working relationship, just as that person does not penalize you because you dented their ego. Of course, you could also go to HR and say, this person's acting inappropriately for their position and I'd like to take it further. It's your call, but I mean, they're giving me that for a reason. So I'm going to leave that there. Okay, because I feel like it goes deeper than that, but I feel like you put yourself in a really good position. I mean, maybe that's what that Justice card was about. Perhaps there's something you're worrying about and you're taking something a little bit forward. I feel like you will benefit from putting yourself in a really good position and leading with integrity. So I'm going to leave that there because that's not going to resonate for everyone, that's for sure. And whew, I'm getting super hot now, which means that it may be an intense situation, but you're strong enough to take it on and it works out in your favor. It's a positive outcome for you, so don't worry, okay? Now the outcome, I never like giving messages like that, but if it's coming through, I gotta give it, okay? So I'm just gonna leave it like that. Outcome energy, we've got the Six of Pentacles, finding balance, but also a lovely little surprise from the universe. Often when you get the Six of Pentacles, this means the universe is being generous and bestows a financial gift upon you. So it could be a bonus, a raise. I mean, it could even be like inflation works in your favor, but who knows? But the Six of Pentacles indicates the universe paying favor to you. So there is fortune here. Also, I keep getting this energy that you're going to be given a gift in the month of January. I don't know if this came up in your December reading as well. I just get this energy of a gift being given. It's like your generosity and kindness is rewarded, is what I'm getting from this. And someone may gift you something. It could be something small, like leave a little chocolate on your desk, or if it's like a family member, they could send you like a little gift out of the blue. It could even be that you get like a free coffee or something from a cafe or something like that. It's given intentionally. So look out for that. That's really exciting to happen for you. It's a nice little reward that lets you know that the world is a lovely place most of the time. Now we've also got the Emperor energy. So I definitely get a lot of you stepping into leadership positions or positions with a lot of responsibility. So some of you maybe even setting up your own business or thinking about setting up things from home. When you get the Emperor card, this is a card of strategizing for the year ahead. So even if you're retired, this is about you planning for what you want for the year ahead to put yourself in a really good position to know where you're at. Know where you're at financially, know where you're at in terms of what exciting things you're planning for the year ahead. So it's like you just have a schedule, okay? That's what I'm picking up on here. Also, I feel like a lot of you are getting focused on building a better schedule so that you've got more time for you. Also with the Emperor energy, I feel like whatever it is you're building, you're expanding it, okay? I feel like you're leaving a legacy. I feel like if, for example, you're in work, you're going from a King of Pentacles to an Emperor. So you're actually taking the necessary steps. Some of you may be putting yourself on a course of learning in order to go up in the hierarchy and actually get a position of status within any sector that you're connected to. So I definitely see you being, what's the word? Respected by your peers for the effort that you put in. They see that you work so hard and that sometimes there's a lot of knockbacks, but you are dedicated to your path and you get things done, and people love that about you, okay? So don't ever change who you are. Also, Four of Cups, there is something more rewarding about this year than there was last year. This is a card of having lots of omens as well. So you're going to get lots of signs. 12-12 was a sign. They keep giving me 12-12. They want me to express about the rose. Rose is not just about romance for you, okay? The rose indicates, the rose is so sweet. In order to pick the rose and have the rose, the reward, I mean, personally, I wouldn't pick it. I'd love it to just live its life the way it's meant to and just see it and smell it and just have it living and wonderful. But sometimes, of course, we have bunches of flowers and things like that. But it's more the analogy they're trying to give me, which is there's loads of thorns. And it's often a delicate procedure to be able to get closer to smell the roses. So they're indicating something that you've, with precision, delicacy that you've been trying to accomplish will be sweetly rewarded to you, okay? I feel that's the analogy of the rose. They really want you to be aware of that. Something difficult to obtain is worth it, they just said. Something difficult to obtain is worth it. And also, in terms of love, it does mean someone who's got really deep feelings for you. If you've been disappointed in love in the past, this new person that's coming on in is not disappointing. This person is, someone who's very romantic, someone who is fed up as well with the fast-paced lifestyle. They enjoy the simpler things in life. They want to live off the land, or they have a dream of like being in the country or by the sea. This person wants to be with nature. This person wants, you know, pure love, that sort of energy. So if you are looking for love, there's definitely someone who's on your level, shall we say, who's coming on in. Also, I'm just picking up this one more energy. Okay, also they're indicating don't ignore any problems or any financial worries that you have. Nip them in the bud. Focus on them. Just get it sorted. Take action. It may feel like it's, for example, if you've got an unexpected bill that comes in and you're like, you had a bit of savings, you're like, oh gosh, I really don't want to use the savings. You know, if you just use it, get rid of it, it's fine. You will build your finances back up. Okay, so it's not something to worry about. Whatever it is you feel like you have to give out unexpectedly, it will be replenished. Okay, is what they're showing me here as well. Some great news coming your way. There is an offer here, something that you're going to love. I keep getting cards for you where there is an offer or good news being offered to you in January, and it's something that's going to make your heart swell with joy. It brings a lot of success. It brings a reward. I get this energy of it being a new version of you, like your chance to shine kind of energy. It could be, I mean, some of you, if you want to be a figure who is appreciated and respected and has a lot of responsibility within the community or within your social circle, I definitely see you standing out and being a linchpin of that group. Some of you, if you want to be famous, for example, I feel like you've struggled to get there, and it will be rewarding because you may have gone from audition to casting or whatever they call it, and it's just never been your time. I feel like now is your time. They keep giving me this, keep going. Whatever setbacks you've had in 2022, this is a different year, and the energy is different, and I see you overcoming any struggles to obtain whatever it is you set out to accomplish in the first place, okay? Now, I'm just going to get a final card for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide? Ooh, I mean, they're giving me the eye of a needle. So this is something that is a delicate operation or something that is intense. I mean, trying to thread something through an eye of a needle is difficult, but you are precise. You are bang on point. You are going to make the impossible possible. That's what I feel from your energy. So no matter how big the task feels, no matter how overwhelming it is to accomplish, you'll get there. And it's because you've got skill, you've got precision, you've got concentration and focus, and you're capable of making things happen. Okay? Now, I mean, you could even see, right, all these images that they keep giving you. They've not given you a song yet, so that's really interesting. But they keep giving you the images. So I would look out for Medusa images. I mean, that is a symbol to be very delicate with somebody's ego because they could retaliate. It doesn't have to be in terms of inappropriate behavior or being over intimate. It doesn't have to be in that realm. It can be in any area. It's like, be diplomatic about this because you wouldn't want this person to retaliate, okay? So I would leave that there with that Medusa image. 1212, a rose, but also an eye of a needle and a bullseye. Okay, these are images that you may see over the next 4 to 5 weeks, and all these images mean there's success, appreciation, and reward, and abundance headed in your direction. Okay, so I just want you to be aware of those images. Now, the last cards, we've got owl, magic. Okay, so owls are all about knowledge, using your intelligence, using those wonderful brain synapses that you have there, and applying it to your situation to create a very magical outcome. It says here, choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. So no matter the experiences that you've had that have been negative, or anybody's lied to you or been unkind, or if things have been really unfair, I feel it's time for you to rise up. Okay, it's time for you to reach for that better life. I definitely get this sense of you making space for a better life. You're almost, in a sense, January is decluttering month. getting really focused and organized month and setting yourself up for the rest of the year. And also we've got Sea Otter happiness. So you're coming from a viewpoint of pure happiness, positivity. And it says, be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. So that's what I was saying about finding happiness in the simplest of moments. And it says, let worry go and instead choose love. That is the most important sentence there. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. Okay, so if you are looking for love, there's definitely love available for you. And if you are already in a loving relationship, I see you and your person going overseas in some area of your life. It could be to work, it could be just for a vacation. It replenishes your soul and deepens your connection. But I definitely see love available to you. And I feel things are looking better, and you're going to feel a lot more happiness within yourself, okay? Of course, there's going to be a bit of a struggle. Of course, there's going to be some ups and downs, and you're going to feel a bit of pressure, but it's about managing your stress levels and recognizing, let worry go, and instead know that things will work out in your favor, and it shall be so, okay? I'm just going to go and get a trinket before we close. Okay, what have we got? Oh, so look at that. First of all, we've got the fish. Okay, now this fish, it connects to Pisces, in particular the Page of Cups, so that indicates an offer that you will absolutely love. It could be a contract because we've got the ring as well. But something is being offered to you that you will connect to that will be very rewarding, and it's long term. It could also be love being offered here to you, and it leads to a higher level of commitment. But the ring often indicates a deeper bond between you and situations and contracts, paperwork, love, so all of those things. And it pops out of the blue because Page of Cups, the fish pops out of the cup totally out of the blue, unexpected, something that shouldn't normally be there, but it works out for you in your favor. Okay, sorry, they're just giving me something. One moment, please. Oh, okay, they're just showing me someone spreading butter or margarine. It could be some sort of spread. They're showing me someone spreading some, it looks like butter. Okay, I mean, butter, I mean, in the olden days, butter was a luxury, right? So I feel like it could be that you're working really hard to create a life of luxury, and it will happen for you, but it's difficult because what I see is the person spreading the butter, it's like, you know, when the butter goes hard because it's cold or it's been in the fridge, it's difficult to spread, but it tastes so good. So, I mean, it could also mean that some of you are needing to cut out dairy, or you need more dairy, more vitamin D, is it that comes from that? I'm not sure. So please take it as it resonates. It could literally mean that you are spreading butter as you're listening to this reading, or spreading something that looks like it on a piece of bread, or, I mean, I can see it on a piece of bread. So I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm not sure who connects to that. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Cancerians. Love and light.